Hey guys, today we're going to cover some common faults with these petrol generators, how you can fix them yourself at home, as well as some handy maintenance tips, keeping your generator ready to work for you at a moment's notice. So to start off guys, I'll show you everything you need to know to do that very quick inspection. Also how to do a basic service on these machines yourself at home. And both of these units have developed major faults that are common with these cheap Chinese generators. So I'll show you how to diagnose and fix them also. A quick inspection on these is really easy. First thing you want to check is your oil level and quality of that oil. The next thing you want to check is your air filter, which will be in a small housing like this on the end. They might be in different shapes and sizes, but they're usually over here on the end. And what you're looking for is heavy build-ups of dust and dirt. And this is just a little foam element, so you can wash this out by hand. Just make sure it's fully dry before you put it back in. Next up, we do a quick inspection of the spark plug, which is right here at the top of the cylinder head. This is the top of the cylinder head here, and your spark plug will be under this little HT lead. If you wiggle that off, and you'll expose the top of the plug right there. If the frame of the generator is in the way, you can use a swivel just to get in there. And that will allow you then to remove your spark plug. Once you've got your spark plug out, you want to have a look at the electrode on the top here. Is it white or is it black? In this case you can see it's black, which means that the generator has been running slightly fuel rich. If you want to replace that spark plug, you'll see a part number here on it. If you go to your local auto parts place, they'll be able to cross-reference that and match it up for you. Or you can order it online just using that part number. By far, the most important part of the inspection and what will stop your generator from running is the fuel in the tank and how long it's been there. Petrol isn't shelf stable for very long, and if you've had it in the tank for more than 6 months, it might have started to go bad and you might need to drain it out and put fresh fuel in. Just below your fuel tank you'll have a fuel cut-off switch, on and off on it. You're going to switch that off and you're going to pull the pipe just here on this side of the tap. Then get yourself another bit of rubber pipe, attach it on there, and you can then drain your fuel out of the tank into a can. But let's face it guys, most people aren't going to bother with that inspection. They'll just come along, switch the generator on, pull the cord 500,000 times or cycle through the electric start button if it has one to find out that the generator doesn't start. One thing that can help with that is to manually press the butterfly valve, which is just in here. By pressing that valve on and off a few times, it drops a little bit of fuel into the inlet and can make starting all the easier. Give the butterfly a few presses. And she starts up first time. To do the oil change on these generators, they have a small drain bung, one on either side for whichever is easiest access to you. Most of the time they're 12mm, in this case they're a 10. We're just going to go ahead and open that up. And if you want it to flow a little bit faster, you can go ahead and open up the filler and dipstick, and that'll allow air to flow in and the oil to come out a little bit quicker. To refill these, you're just going to need a funnel to go in through the dipstick hole, as that's the filler hole as well. And very important to bear in mind, these little 6.5 horsepower engines have a very small oil capacity. It's only 600 millilitres in these engines. So it's very important to check your owner's manual to find out the exact quantity of oil you need to put in so that you don't overfill them. So there's how to do a basic inspection and regular service, or tune-up as they call it in the States, on one of these generators. But now you've got your engine running smooth. What if the generator's still not making any power? Let's talk about problem solving. So you can hear that the engine's running pretty smooth, but the generator itself is only making 6.2 volts AC. And this is another common problem that you'll face with your generator. Down this end of the unit is the electrical generator that's driven by the engine. And in behind this little cover here are a few key components that cause common failures. To remove this cover, simply take out the 2 bolts holding it in place. In this case they're an 8mm, they might be a 10mm on yours. By far the most common failure in here is this little black box called the automatic voltage regulator. As we saw from the readings of the multimeter, we're only getting 6 volts AC coming out, but the engine is running smoothly. So we're going to pull this off and have a little look at it. Once you've undone the 2 bolts, you can then take the unit out to have a look. And there's the cause of our failure right there. The capacitor has blown. This is a very common failure in many generators. It can be caused by age, wear and tear, but most of the time premature failure is caused by power surges when the generator comes under load. Luckily, replacement parts are cheap and readily available, with prices ranging from 10 upwards to €50, depending on what generator you've got and where you're buying them from. Removing and refitting this part is very easy, with the yellow and blue wires going onto the end of the brush ring connectors. The block connector plugs in together, like so, and then you just bolt it back onto the housing as the original was. Simply then refit your cover and we can test the power output with the multimeter. As you can see, the repair has been successful and we're back up to 240 volts output. As a quick side note, if you're ever dealing with these European sockets and you're wondering which one is live and neutral, live is usually on the right and neutral will be on the left. Another very common problem with these generators is in the pull cord itself. Sometimes it might not retract after you pull it, other times it retracts too violently, nearly ripping your finger off, or the cord itself might just snap altogether. And replacing these is very simple. With this unit here, when the engine attempts to fire, the cord is getting pulled back in violently, meaning that the ratchet is stuck or the spring is broken. To remove the pull cord is very simple. Just have a couple of bolts in the cover here, which in this case are 10mm. So we're going to take them off. Here's your pull cord with recoil spring. And looking at this, we can see that the spring inside here is either very weak or broken. Before replacing this, one thing we can do is try and clean it out and lubricate it. As this is an ex-building site generator, it's just jam-packed full of dust in here. So we'll try that first, and if it doesn't work, then we'll just go ahead and replace the pull cord. Usually costs maybe 15-20 bucks. So a quick cleanup and lubrication of the pull cord mechanism did temporarily solve the problem, but ultimately that pull cord unit needs to be replaced. So that's how to fix common problems and do basic maintenance on your petrol generators. And guys, with the winter months fast approaching, there's no better time to do it than today. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. Let me know down in the comments below what problems you guys have faced with your generators and how you fixed them, and we can get good information out there to as many people as possible. For our regular viewers of the channel, you might notice a few things different around here. All I'll say is we've got some very good projects coming in the near future, so do stay tuned, and thanks as always for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Do take care of yourselves out there, and I'll see you in the next one.